What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here, Unsleeved Media, over on the quartering set. Just trying to get all these videos done today. Didn't have time to relocate, but I wanted to talk about the Ravnica Allegiance Mythic Edition. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Mythic Editions is they're basically an overhyped draft set with expensive planeswalkers. Essentially, for $250, let's talk about what you're going to get. And I want to talk about how these are going to probably be very common in the near future and continuing on. So fans can get their hand on the exclusive Ravnica Allegiance. Wizards of the Coast is releasing Ravnica Allegiance Mythic Edition on the Hasbro eBay store at 2 p.m. Central, and it's impressive. The 80th expansion of Magic the Gathering. Since first release, it's a limit 2 per customer. The asking price is $250 a box. You'll get a slick collectible box, 8 exclusive planeswalkers with premium foiling and full bleed artwork, and you can take a look at the exclusive planeswalkers in the next slides. But you want to hurry because they're limited. Anything, by the way, that is generally created for the sole purpose of collection generally isn't worth it. Now, what's really fueling the fire behind this second is the first Ravnica Mythic Edition that was for sale for $249 as well, and you could only get it on the Hasbro Toy Shop, which ended up being an absolute disaster because the website was crashing nonstop. I think very, very smart to accept that, hey, we're going to pay the eBay fees because we simply cannot handle the e-commerce volume that these things are going to generate. So moving it into eBay, probably a fine semi-solution specifically for these one-off items. Ravnica Allegiance continue raising the stake from Guilds of Ravnica. And so, of course, you're going to get booster packs and then the exclusive planeswalkers. So you're going to get Sorin Markov. And here's the collectible box. Fancy packaging and the whole set. So essentially you end up with a draft pack and then these exclusive planeswalkers. Now the original Ravnica Mythic Edition is selling for over $400 on eBay right now. So people are absolutely hyped up to get this. And I want to say, slow your roll, okay? Slow your roll, Wizards of the Coast, because last time you had this much success, okay, last time you had this much success with anything, you completely burned everyone out on it. We saw the, why can't I think of the names of them? The lottery cards in every set, the expeditions, and eventually you burned out everybody on them. I want to give you a better look at the actual planeswalkers. Now, you're far better off waiting about, a couple of weeks and picking up, maybe even a couple of months, and picking up the singles that you want. Because remember, the booster packs in this set are actually no different than the ones you're going to get in regular packs. So you're going to have here is a hilarious loophole for Wizards of the Coast to basically sell you singles. That's what they're doing. You're paying $250 for these planeswalkers, and the packs are basically worth it. Okay. The RNA edition, you get 24 booster packs. So you could say they're worth $3 each. Okay, fine. That's not even a full booster box. It is enough packs for 8 people to draft. And then you get the 8 planeswalkers. So the idea, the marketing ploy is that everyone might pick a planeswalker and build their decks and draft with it. What really is going to happen is everyone's going to buy it and it's going to sit on their shelves, because at $250, you're basically costing people out of drafting. That's what, a $30 draft. So at maybe you could do it. Maybe you and your buddies could all get together. The nice thing is, and I will commend Wizards of the Coast on a couple of things here. One, again, as I mentioned earlier, recognizing that the Hasbro Toy Shop is not the place to sell this. 2, I want to recognize that they have apparently put plenty for sale. In fact, they've only been for sale for a few hours, and they've already sold 7,500. That's, let's call it, about $2 million in sales. And you're seeing 31,000 people are viewing it per hour. I'm going to guess that it will probably end up somewhere around a total of 20,000. I'm guessing. It's hard to say. If they sell, of course, 10,000, that will be $2.5 million in sales in one day. I'm going to guess that it's going to end up somewhere around that, $2.5 million in the first 24 hours. There is some problems with this, as I want to point out. One, the booster packs are essentially worthless, and the price of $250 is a gigantic disincentive to actually use the product as it's intended, which has left me to only have one conclusion. That is that Wizards knows that this is a loophole that they'll be able to sell singles at an extraordinarily high price to their whale customers, and we're buying it, right? Hardcore Magic players are out there buying these things at $250 each. Now, would I pay $250 with the intention of opening it? If I had 8 friends that all were like, let's do this, you know, it's a special event, it's somebody's birthday. I got one of the last ones for a friend of mine's birthday. It's fine. Is it okay that this product exists? Of course it is. It's just not for everyone, all right? I would strongly recommend thinking twice about buying it, but what's nice about Hasbro actually selling it is that you're going to get it at MSRP, period. You could, I think, make a fair argument that unfortunately local game stores are going to miss out on the revenue of this. Local game stores are going to miss out on actually hosting events for this. But I think this is the way of the future. Just let's put it in perspective. Hasbro probably has some company drop shipping these. They're not screwing with it. Okay, maybe they're paying a drop shipper $25 each or something like that. Whatever the case may be, okay? You have hands-off made. I'm going to guess you probably have a 70% margin on this, so you're making, you know, $1 million cash in one day. Now, of course, there's R&D costs and printing costs and all this stuff, but I mean, why wouldn't Hasbro do this every quarter, 4 or 5 times a year, and just rake in the millions of dollars? I incorrectly thought that Wizards or that Magic the Gathering would really be seeing a step back in Q1 of this year. But it's hard to imagine that happening when they're going to rake in a couple $1 million just from these Ravnica Allegiance editions. The distributors aren't going to make any of that money. The local game stores aren't going to make any of that money. You're not going to go draft this at your local game store because you just can't, unless they do release a certain amount of them to local game stores. But they didn't with the last set, I don't believe. So screw you, I guess. Maybe we'll see Channel Fireball get a pile of them at the end to sell at Grand Prix and sell internationally like last time. But ultimately, what this is a premium cash grab product. If you're going to open it, if you're going to buy it to open it, that I think is a huge waste of money. Definitely buy the singles, because remember, the packs that come in it aren't any different. You're not getting a lottery card pack. You're not getting, you know, all this kind of stuff. You're getting the Planeswalkers and the regular booster packs. A special event, sure. Limit 2 per household. I think this is fine. There's obviously a lot of ways around it. Many people I talked to are getting 8 or 10 of these by just having friends buy them. But I guess it's good to inject this money into the game. It's sad to see it not go through the local game store, but what do you think? Are you picking up any of these Ravnica Mythic editions? It's actually nice to see that they're still in stock at 4 o'clock at the time of filming this. I'm going to guess, like I said, 7,600 now sold. I'm going to guess that it'll probably end the day at somewhere around 10,000 and $2.5 million in the first day's sales. I think that's where it's trending to. I don't know how many in its entirety are really available. If you had 7,600 booster boxes, can you really call that limited? I don't know. But you know what? Wizards did it right. If you want to get product, you can just go through eBay, especially people have eBay coupons and stuff like that. You can track your order more efficiently. This is just better than what they did last time. But I guess congratulations to Wizards of the Coast is in order, as this was a huge success. Be careful about hoarding these. All right, they're not going to be $450 right away like the old ones were. Remember, the first set of San Diego Comic-Con Planeswalkers were very valuable. Then everybody bought the second wave to resell, and it just wasn't as hype. And, you know, every wave after that was less impressive. I think you're going to see that with Ravnica Allegiance. Maybe if you sit on it for a year or two, you might get $300 to $350 for it. It's tough to say. But Wizards is dancing a fine line here with their, I think, with their Mythic Edition super expensive singles. But for now, interesting. Let me know if you think you're going to pick one of these up in the comment section down below, and what you think about them not being available anywhere but eBay. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.